Ritesh Agarwal is a 26-year-old Indian entrepreneur who currently holds the title of the world's youngest self-made billionaire. He became a household name when Forbes listed him as the second youngest self-made billionaire, the first being Kylie Jenner in 2020. However, some controversies followed Jenner's billionaire status. As a result, the title of the world's youngest self-made billionaire passed to Ritesh. In today's video, we'll be exploring all the factors that led Ritesh to own such a prestigious title. We will also be discussing his earnings, his total net worth and his lifestyle. If you've ever wondered about what a 26-year-old self-made billionaire spends his money on, I suggest you stick around and find out before we jump in. If you aren't subscribed to this channel already, take a second to click the red button below so that you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos. Also, make sure to turn on post notifications so that you are alerted whenever we post a new video. Ritesh Agarwal was born in Bisan Kutak town of Odisha state, India on the 16th of November 1993. His family later moved to Tequila, where he spent a large portion of his childhood. He attended primary school in Tito and began coding software at age 8. Ritesh developed his keen business sense at a very tender age when he was 13. And a student of St. John's High School, he sold SIM cards to earn pocket money as his family was quite poor. After graduating high school, the young entrepreneur moved to Delhi for college in 2011. Only a few months into his college experience, Ritesh decided that his place was out in the real world, not in a college chasing a degree, so he dropped out at 17 to pursue his dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. After dropping out of college, Agarwal tried his hands at quite a number of endeavors. He authored a book on the top 100 engineering colleges in India, and a little while later, he began a consulting firm for foreign companies looking to enter into the Indian market. In 2012, Ritesh began a budget accommodation portal called Auroville Stays for booking budget hotels. The idea for the business came at a low point in his life. He had no money or career and was kicked out of his apartment with only 50 cents in his account. In the neighborhood where he lived, he noticed the small hotel sitting idle and empty. He sought out the owner, and when he discovered the hotel wasn't making any money, he offered to help him rebrand the hotel. He agreed, and Ritesh got to organize the hotel. He changed the light bulbs and the bed sheets and took numerous pictures of the hotel, which he uploaded to the internet. He also changed the name of the hotel. In a few months, the hotel started to gain customers until it was regularly busy, and went on to become the first hotel in a long list of hotels that Ritesh later acquired under his brand in September 2012. Shortly after Ritesh began Auroville Stays, it was accepted into the accelerator program. Barely a year later, in 2013, Auroville emerged as one of the Field Fellowship Program winners for dropouts with innovative ideas, earning Agarwal a cash prize of $100,000, which he in turn invested into a bigger launching for the business on May 2013. Agarwal launched his business bigger and better under a new name called Oyo Rooms. He began partnering with small hostels and hospitality facilities in India and rebranded them under his company's name. It wasn't very long before the company began making millions in profit. Oyo Rooms spread across several states in India and soon became the #1 name in hospitality at age 20. He raised money from investors, and at age 21, he created jobs for 50 people at age 22. He had 500 hotels under his brand. Agarwal also further spread his chain of hotels into China, Indonesia, several countries in the Middle East, and recently the United States. By September 2018, 5 years after his big launch, the company made its first $1 billion. Agarwal was only 24. The Oyo brand is valued at $10 billion. Today, as of 2019, the brand was present in 800 cities with 23,000 hotels, 850,000 rooms and 46,000 vacation homes. This achievement makes the brand the third largest hotel chain company in the world in just 5 years. Oyo Rooms has created millions of jobs worldwide, with job opportunities for 350,000 people in India alone. Pretentious sources of income are his salary as CEO of Oyo Group and his earnings as a shareholder in the company. His net worth is estimated to be about $1.1 billion. Ritesh makes up to $54 a second from his salary and shares her earnings, which amounts to $4.7 million in a single day. Of course, taxes and expenses would cut a pretty penny off his earnings. But in the end, Agarwal is still left with quite a large amount. Now that we know his success story, his earnings and general net worth, let's explore the part you have all secretly been waiting for. What does Ritesh Agarwal spend all those millions on? Well, the short answer is investing in his business. If you want the long answer on exactly how he invests back into his business as well, here it goes. Ritesh Agarwal is quite a private person. There's almost nothing known about his family or family life, but we can assure you that he has a mother who plays an active role in his life, because he once mentioned in an interview that his mother told him he would never find a bride as he was still a dropout. Sadly, nothing is known about Ritesh's siblings, if he has any, for father. There's also nothing known about his cars or his house. For all we know, he may be riding around in a regular Toyota Camry. Much isn't known about his hobbies other than the obvious fact that he likes to make money. In a nutshell, there isn't an insider story on any of his private purchases. What we do know, however, are the purchases made for the benefit of the company. Here are a few ways our young billionaire has been spending his money, regaining more control of his company. Not too long after talking investors into buying shares in his company, Agarwal was able to raise $1 billion and increase the value of his company. This happened in September of 2018. And after selling off multiple shares of his company, Agarwal only owned 10% of Ojo. In July 2019, Agarwal purchased shares worth $2 billion from his big investors Lightspeed Venture Partners and Sequoia Capital. This move tripled Agarwal's shares in the company. He went from owning 10% shares to holding 30% shares in the company. His net worth also rose significantly, and in February 2020, he was given the title of the second youngest self-made billionaire in the world. Company restructuring during the past year. The global health situation rendered both small and large businesses useless in a matter of days, especially in the hospitality sector. Many businesses in that industry took a fatal blow and are still in the process of recovering. It wasn't quite the same experience for the third largest chain of hotels in the world. Business is in business when all your hotel rooms are empty for several months at a time. Oyo Rooms had no choice but to shut down their establishments all over the world. All the countries where Oyo brand owns rooms were affected by the situation, and the consequent mandatory lockdown that followed. The Oyo brand suffered a hit even before the global health situation became serious, as they operate more than 500,000 rooms in China alone. Later, as the situation spread to India, Indonesia, Nepal and Malaysia, the company recorded a huge loss. Now that things are gradually returning to normal, every company and individual affected has begun to reinvent their services, and Ojo isn't left out either. In the last year, Agarwal has reportedly spent a fortune on hiring business consultants, accountants and data scientists in an attempt to reinvent the services of his hospitality brand so that it can weather any storm. He has tagged this project "Reimagining Hospitality Shapeshifting" to serve and survive. Millions of his fortune go into research and experiments on this new style of hospitality. And while we can't say exactly how much, we can guess that it costs a pretty penny to restructure 850,000 rooms in 800 different cities, branching out in business also due to the global health situation that hit many countries of the world last year. Oyo is seeking to branch out and own businesses in other sectors of the economy, possibly the most essential sectors, in order to prevent loss in business should any unfortunate surprise occur again. So other than spending money reinventing the hospitality business to be flexible in the services that provides, Agarwal is also spending money talking with business analysts, data scientists among other consultants to prepare himself and his company for branching into another business venture that may be completely different from what the brand is used to. In July 2020, Ritesh Agarwal registered a new investment venture called A Row of Ventures in Singapore. One of the sectors people anticipate Agarwal to show up in is the technology sector, reopening since late 2020. A few public places have opened up and gained back some of their customers, especially in the hospitality sector. The one thing people wanted to do once the global health situation was over is to travel. The minute certain restrictions were lifted, some hospitality companies began to open their doors to the public. The Ojo brand has spent quite some money reopening its structures around the world and getting them ready for consumers in China, where the brand owns up to 500,000 rooms. Business has been picking up since China was declared illness-free in mid-2020. Although this expense is probably covered by the company in general and not Agarwal as an individual. It is one of the few purchases that is known on a personal scale. Agarwal has also spent some of his fortune and investments in other big and upcoming brands in Asia, and that's about all that is known when it comes to Ritesh Agarwal spending his millions. Of course, some of his other personal expenses would include properties, assets and gifts among others, but these are expenses largely unknown. If you liked today's video, make sure you click the like button and also share it with friends and family. Leave a comment in the comment section below. How much do you think Ritesh Agarwal has made in the duration you watch this video? Until next time, thanks for watching.